It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang. I'm literally broke. I don't have no money saved in my bank account. I'm young and I cannot buy a house because I don't make enough money. I don't make enough money to buy a house. And I'm super broke. I don't have no money saved and I work paycheck to paycheck to pay my rent. This is what people are saying on the internet, okay? They're talking about how they don't have no money. Like it's so many young people who don't have no money. And I'm gonna tell you why. It's because we're overspending on other things. We're overspending, we're overdoing it. A lot of us is going out on trips, buying a lot of food, eating takeout all the time, paying for things that we should not be paying for, doing too much all the time. Like, what happened to us, like, treating ourselves every blue moon? Like, treating ourselves has become a thing every single day. Every single day, young people are wanting to treat themselves with something. And that's the problem. We're overspending, boo. You're overspending. That's what it is. A lot of times, it's not people's rent. We're overspending. We're seeing the amount, we're paying the bills, and then we're like, oh, this leftover money, I can use it for something instead of saving. I seen this video. This girl was talking about how she don't have no money saved in her bank account but some change. And she showed her bank account. And then she has a credit card, $5,000 in debt off of a credit card. I don't even know how is that possible. Like, and she was young. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, I hate credit cards. I hate it because it's a setup, and you would never, you would never see me get no credit card. Put no.
Well, I would just say you should get a credit card. The fact that you're thinking like you shouldn't get a credit card, it shows that you have a lack of responsibility in managing your finances, and that there is a problem for you. But you still have time in life to get it under control. See, myself, I knew I had a problem with spending early on before I even had credit cards. So that's why I didn't have credit cards. But then when I realized it's time to fix my credit and to purchase my first home, that is when I started to better manage my money. And then I got a hold of credit cards. Well, my first credit card was a secured credit card, and it was only $200. But I kept that, and I kept using it and revolving it over a long period of time, and I moved it up to $300. Then I got my first real credit card for like $300 or $400, and that ballooned. Okay, so but you have to take baby steps, and you have to. Now I've got, even after all that, I racked up so many credit cards, and then I went into credit debt, where then I had so much money out of credit cards, I was only barely able to pay over the minimum balance until I learned from Bigger Pockets, and I learned about the snowball method. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna use this method to get my finances under control while I'm at this level of pay. So hopefully I can make some money, and then, but at least when I start making money, I'm not paying off old debt, right? And also with people being young, being in relationships keep you broke. Relationships keep you broke at any stage of life. And if you don't have the communication with your partner about the money y'all bringing in and the money that's really going out, so if more money is going out than coming in, then you're obviously taking money from somewhere else. You know what I mean? So needless to say, you need to slow down on your finances and get it under control. Just get at least one credit card paid off. If you take a loan, or wait till your tax time, because being young and you having kids, probably single, whatever the case may be, you're going to get some taxes back. Pay off a couple of those credit cards so you can get away from that. That's at least $200 in payments that you don't have to pay. Use $100 of that to pay off another credit card faster, and use $100 of that to put in savings. So when you save that $200 in credit debt a month, you don't go spend it. What you do is you save it and you pay off another credit card. So, and then now you you snowball another credit card. You get that credit card, you start with your lowest and you work your way up. Start with your lowest and work your way up. Some people want to start with the highest. The only thing, the best part about the highest is the height. That's the amount that goes into the next credit debt. But it's harder. It takes longer to knock out some of those credit cards. And when you get up there, when you get that high credit debt, you should have the finances to knock off a lot of those credit cards. Like right now, I'm paying $500 to one credit card a month, and I'm paying over the minimum of other credit cards. So that credit card paid off, mind you, because I had to furnish a whole house. So that's why I'm doing that. It's not like I got myself in a hell of credit debt. I'm positioning myself to pay off these credit cards within a year's time, each one of them. So, and then that money's gonna roll over into the next one once paid off. I actually have two paid off in the last few months. So that's what I'm saying. And then those two I can have. That's 500 for each one of them going to different credit cards. So it's gonna go even faster. Then you have what is called you have a 3-year payment, right? So if you pay the minimum on your credit card, it'll take you 10 years to pay off that credit card, just paying the minimum. Just only the minimum, not paying no more, no less, just paying the minimum. It'll take you 10 years. But if you look at your credit card statement, it'll give you, like, say if you owe $1,000, that minimum right there will probably be $50 or $29. If you pay $50, or no, let me go higher, because that ain't gonna work. Let's say you got a credit card that's $4,000. Your minimum will be like $100. So, or $81, somewhere around there. Okay? So if you pay $120 on that credit card for 3 years, not paying the minimum, you pay $120. If the minimum is $100, you pay $120. When the minimum goes down, you don't go down with it. You stay at that $120. You'll have that credit card paid off in less than 3 years. Okay? And because interest is really going to be taxing you. Now, here's another thing about credit debt. What I did, because I knew I was spending a lot of money on furniture, I went where I would get 24-month special financing where I didn't get charged any interest for 24 months. That's important, because if you're just getting in regular credit card debt, those credit cards they're going to draw interest regardless, no matter how much you spend. But mind you, when you go buy jewelry, find out, if I spend this much, I got this much, 6 months, or I got a year of special financing where I don't get charged interest. So what I did was I went to Home Depot, where I can get washer and dryer, fridge, all that stuff, 24-month financing. I know I'm going to pay it in less than 24 months, but in those months, I'm not getting charged interest for those appliances. Same thing I did with my furniture. Matter of fact, we got 2 of the furniture credit cards paid off. I got 1 left. Then we working on the Home Depot is what I said. Best Buy, I'm gonna work on that one too. It's the same thing. You know, you spend so much, you get 24-month special financing. So look for those, but then pay them before that time up, because if not, they're gonna hit you with all that interest.
I already got to pay school loans. I already got to pay them back. I'm not getting no more credit, nothing. Like, I'm not playing these games with the government. Like, a lot of us young people, we use too much money. We look at leftover money and we think it's free, and it's not. It should be saved for a rainy day. It should be saved for emergencies. That's the problem. That's why we can't afford nothing. That's why we can't afford assets, and we only can afford a car payment and a house and the bills.
I mean, she answered the question for herself right there.
That come with the house, because we're not saving our money. We're not investing in anything. A car is not an asset. I don't know who is saying that on the internet, but that is not, no, that is nothing. When you have a car and it's new and you paid it off, it's still not an asset, honey. A house is an asset. Okay, but yeah, it's too much shopping going around with the millennials and the Gen Z.
I don't like all the gum smacking, but yeah, a house is an asset. And what I watched somebody on TV today, and they was like, 1,700 millionaires are made in America each day, and I was like, how is that? And we all out here broke. That may or may not be true, but according to statistics in 2024, at least 1,000 millionaires were made per day throughout the year. That might not mean 1,000 each day, but overall 1,000 each day. So what does that mean? People got $1 million every day? No, not to say the least. What people have are assets. There's a person who has a home already. They own a home and they're starting a business. What do? They buy a building. Boom, they become a millionaire because the cost, the value of the home plus the value of the building that they bought plus the money that they making per year makes them a millionaire. Or somebody buys a home, they flip that, they buy another home, they flip that, they're renting a couple homes out. Now they have accumulated over $1 million worth of assets. That doesn't mean they have $1 million worth of liquid money, but it does mean they, with their property plus the assets, property plus the liquid cash that they have, values them over $1 million. Now, a car can be an asset if it's making money. If it's not making money, it's not an asset. Your phone could be an asset. This is one of the most inexpensive assets that you can have that can make you money. If you're making money on this is an asset. If you just got it because it's the new thing to have, then obviously it's a liability. Think about it.
Day and night. For some women, can start working in as early as 1 week.